everybody. How are we doing? I do not have a mic check going on here, nor do I have a mic on the show. Somebody give me any indication if this is live and in person. I think I saw it streaming. Can you all hear me? Anybody? Popcorn time. Got JT in the house. Awesome. Awesome. Thank you, everybody. Appreciate it. So let me see who is in the house right now. We have got Jeff Rule, Mike Hawkhurts, Meatball Saucy, JT, Brian Vader, Robert Bowling, aka Rebel. Awesome, guys. Well, thanks for joining. I'm showing 9 in the chat. I am looking for one of our boys in here. Do not recall your IRL name, PK Bullets, but if you're here, throw me a hi. Just not trying to single you out, buddy, but I want to say a hi. Make sure you're here. You are the reason why I'm doing the show tonight. Guys, this is going to be raw, unedited. As you can hear, my voice is shot. Don't know how long we're going to go, but I did put in the chats that we've got a link for you guys to join the show. Anybody wants to come on, say hi, help fill me in on what the heck has been going on in the past week, because it's been family week and travel for me, so I am totally out of the loop. I did not buy anything during Nod. Yo, PK Bullets. I don't want to share everything, but PK Bullets was looking forward to tonight's show. Cheer him up. Mike and I both exhausted from our trips. But I said I'm going to be here tonight for our friend and comrade PK Bullets. Help cheer you up. So you are my special guest. I appreciate you for joining. And let's hope I can do something to make you semi-happy. All right, guys. So not the normal segments tonight. What have I been playing? I have played nothing. I hit the road. I packed my Switch just in case, but it appears that traveling around. Hey, Pete, Dubs, what's up? Traveling around with the grandkids again, not a fun time. Those of you in the Discord know I had one heck of a time on Friday. First flight late, second flight canceled, and then had to fly coach in a plane that was supposed to be first class per our reservations. I still have to go ahead and call the airlines for a refund on that because it's apparently not automatic. You have to call and ask. Endless One Up joining us. Appreciate that. Good to see you, P-Dub. Said that. Anybody else? No. All right, guys. So besides my travel, it was New York City with the family. I've lived there before in the past, born there, but I went back there later in life to work for a while. Missed it to death. Ended up being a pretty fun trip, even taking care of grandkids. I do want to say to the New York Subway Transportation Authority, you need more handicap accessible stops, because we were taking advantage of those for strollers, and I've got to say they are not frequent enough. So, for us to have to, go up and downstairs, shout out to everybody in New York that helped us. Here I was in Brooklyn trying to get out of the subway, sleeping kid in stroller, figuring I'm going to have to pick this kid up and, fold the stroller and everything. Strangers picking up the front of the stroller saying, I've got you, and helping me up the stairs. Awesome. Good to see that kind of stuff. So, yeah, it was a lot of stuff and no playing whatsoever. Like I said, I packed the Switch. I even bought Pokemon Arceus to play sometime during the trip, and I cracked the seal on it, but that's about it. Never even started the game yet. I'm not even sure I updated it. Hey, thanks, Kongs. Appreciate you coming in and saying hi. New York City. What? Sorry, guys. Spent the day yesterday in 19-degree weather walking around Central Park. Another shout out to my son, Jonathan Pineda, who proposed to his girlfriend, Caitlin, in Central Park yesterday. And yes, she did say yes. But it was a part of the whole master plan of this trip was to do that with them. So we endured it. And but I got to say, the trip back nice and easy. So everybody who prayed for me, thank you very much. What's going on, Sean? Good to see you, brother. Ritual Dello snuck in, yes, sir. And let's see here. I think I said Shoeshine joined earlier. So thanks a lot, guys. Appreciate it. But yeah, so no playing, no purchases. I peeked at Nod after the Friday price change going on. My quick 2 cents on that. It was, instead of too little, too late, it was too late and not right. Have they, done this price change within 24 hours of their first price, publications, when they started getting everyone, sending in the emails saying, hey, price difference, what do I do? Instead of doing their, hey, sure, get a refund on your non-refundable deposit and reorder again. Enough of that complaints that caused them to do that should have just been enough to go ahead and say, oops, this was printed in error. Here is the real prices. Something like that. I think that 11th hour stuff was really, really poorly done, especially for the YouTube creators and influencers that, went ahead and did shows revolved around this pricing and stuff like that. I can't imagine how mad I would be if I went ahead and did a show about the Nod, pricing, and then boom, that hits. So not too cool. Let's see. Some people filling me in on things I missed. Robert's telling me. Okay, I've heard about that. I took a quick look. So is that an XL I hear on the Arcade 1-Up? Nod was a bust. I've heard. Yep. I did see they posted some winners. I didn't catch the whole thing on that. There was the usual arguments about, or whatever, statements that buying something to win something is illegal, or what, or this or that. I didn't catch what was going on, so not aware. Saucy made a big buy and thinks it'll be here tomorrow. A big buy. Is that a hint? Maybe he'll let us know. Looking forward to seeing PK Bullets back in the fray. Yes, we are. Shoeshine spent $250 at Nod, packs 1 through 4, Tato 2, and a control panel. I've heard this control panel is already shipping. I think Mike said his is due this week. Wow, pretty cool. Yep. Missed us. We missed you too, buddy. Again, thoughts and prayers out to you, PK Bullets. Yes, we do expect to see a reveal from the Sauce Man. Okay, so they did. There was a correction on that. It is all you had to do is play the games. Okay, good. Glad that at least was not that screwed up. A buy stuff store racer. That'd be interesting. Mental note: popcorn while you're broadcasting sometimes gets caught in the back of your throat and makes your raspy throat sound raspier. JT was nodless, still working around the house. Amen, brother. It's a house owning is a never-ending thing. Let's see if I can go back on and see who else may have bought something, played something. Tell me what else I missed. Okay, that about goes through the whole thing. Nobody has got a camera and mic and wants to join tonight. Come on, guys. I threw the link out there. Don't be shy. Come on and help spread the news of what we missed. I have yet to go back and watch anything because I haven't had time, but I do want to see B's show about the Shaq thing. Want to see what else has been going on. I still want to buy some tables for my ALP. I've got them on my arcade net, but I want to buy some of the buy some more of the tables and link them directly to my ALP just in case something goes wrong. Yeah, Sean, I've got the movie theater popcorn set up on the corner over there and looked at it and said, you know what? It hasn't had popcorn in it in a while. So got that started while I was getting ready for the show. Horizon Friday. I'm not an Xbox PlayStation player, so not hyped. I do hear good things. So is that going to get you off of playing Division? Let me know. Hollywood Polo, thank you for joining us. Highlight of my trip, I guess, would have been my stepson proposing to his girlfriend. That was the whole thing about this trip, and it went down without a hitch. We had a good time in New York. I ended up being an unofficial tour guide since I used to live there. I will say my family tips their tour guide like shite because nobody gave me any money. But not just saying, tip your tour guide. But yeah, took them everywhere. The only thing I didn't get to do was visit the Nintendo store because we just ran out of daylight on the one day we were so close. I mean, so close. I was just outside Rockefeller Center. Wasn't aware that's where it was. I was probably 50, 100 yards away from the store. And so I missed out. But I got to see a lot of folks walking around with their Nintendo bags and get me all jealous. But, it is what it is. Saucy and LCD marquee. Oh, yes. You bought that from Al, I believe, right? Straight from Mr. Linky. So cool. I remember you saying you were going to do it that route. And let's see. MFL is as close as we will get to Blitz. Probably. All right. So new season starting on Division. Switching back and forth. Elden Ring comes out. Maybe tough to get back. Speaking of Elden Ring and just going way off into the whole, science fiction fantasy world, what about that Netflix show coming out, the prequel to Lord of the Rings? Is that coming up soon? I thought I saw something about that. Got to keep. Is it Netflix or is it Amazon? Again, my mind is a blur right now. Oh, PK, thank you very much. Oh, wait. God, I hope my wife is watching right now. I think we have a special guest in the stream. Let me ditch this.
Hello.
How are you, Grogu?
I'm doing good. I don't know if you caught me on any of those recent episodes, but hope everybody's
spoiler
watching.
alert.
Oh, what are you talking about? There's no spoiler.
Actually, I haven't watched the final episode of the show you are speaking of, so I'm curious to see where that went. I left it off. I guess it was right around the time that everyone is getting ready for something to happen, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But yep. So I got one episode left. What did you think, though, Grogu, about your mentor recently? Was that my wife thought my wife thought it was a different actor. I thought it was the whole de-aging thing. Are they de-aging on a different actor? Because IMDb is still saying that is the actor.
So no, that's an actual actor, and then they use like deep fake technology of old images of Mark Hamill.
See, I thought but they show Mark Hamill as being in the show on IMDb.
Oh, so there's a young man that plays him, but
okay,
there's an article about the person behind the CG mask.
I'd be curious about that. I don't know if you have watched any of the other shows like the DC's Doom Patrol. Have you seen that?
No, I haven't, but I should watch that because I have HBO and
Oh,
it's
you
on there,
should.
right?
Yes, HBO Max. They picked it up. It was previously on DC Universe or whatever it was called, and
Grogu's
yeah,
an equal opportunist.
yep, went back and forth. But what you got in there is you got actors playing the physical portions of the person or the characters, and then other ones voicing them. So very
Nice.
similar situation where you got literally two actors playing the same part to make it happen.
That's pretty sweet. That's so
So
like they just said in the chat. So that's Hamill does the voice for him. So he's probably on the set and doing the acting in real time. I mean, Hamill's like one of the best voice actors there is that I know. His Joker is like
Joker, yeah,
the most amazing
exactly.
thing ever.
And he
Frank
also,
Oz loved him too.
yeah, Hamill did a lot of stuff on what was on the DC Arrowverse. Did he play like a trickster or something like that?
Yeah,
Some of the
that's exactly what I think his name was in that was
yeah.
Trickster.
Mm-hmm.
I have not got to see it yet. Polo, the Super Mansion thing. I've been meaning to. You know what happens when you get older? You look down and you notice you're bleeding, and you're like, "Wait, what? How'd that happen?" And you ever do that when you get older? You don't realize you cut yourself, or it's not a mean cut, just a little paper cut, and you're like, "What? How am I bleeding? I have no nerve endings anymore. They're all dying. I know I'm only 50. It's Grogu years." Sorry.
Okay, so he said Hamill actually played the tricksters in the original '90s Flash too. There we are going for deep cuts on this one. Look at that. Interesting. Nice. So Peacemaker, I have not seen Peacemaker yet, gang, but and it's weird because his character in Suicide Squad, it took a little while for me to like it, and wasn't even sure I did like his character at the end of the show. I thought they were maybe trying too hard. But then again, every character in that movie was, over the top and stuff. I think the only character that wasn't, what is the star's name? I forget his name. Idris Elba.
He's pretty good.
Oh, he's great at everything. Have you seen his original, a big series he did in the UK where he was a detective?
No, but I should check it out because you know where I fell in love with him is in The Office. When he showed up for the episode in The Office where he was like ran the office for a short period of time. It was pretty epic.
Have not seen that. I do recall him. Was he in the second Pacific Rim movie or was it the first?
Oh, I don't know. I only saw the first one of those movies, and I don't think he was in the first one. So
his acting anywhere. I mean, he just brings in, character.
Yeah, I think I saw that he could be the next James Bond.
That was a rumor. Yes.
Yeah, I would be down with that.
Totally would be. I mean,
Grogu says yes.
See, what was he recent bad guy in? It was one of those Fast and Furiouses, wasn't it?
I don't know. There's so many of the Fast and Furious. I stopped watching after Paul
they stopped
passed
sucking
away. Yeah, no, okay, yeah. I just my brother was a fan of that dude, and he was like the same exact age, and they remind me a lot of each other, and I just don't like it. I lost interest once the Paul Walker dude disappeared from it.
Yeah, unfortunately, my wife is a Vin Diesel fan, and then all of a sudden you throw The Rock into some of these.
Well, The Rock's pretty cool, and I like cars. I did see up to like the one where they fly out of the planes, which was pretty not long ago.
No, that wasn't that long ago. The one I'm thinking about that had Idris Elba on it, I want to say wasn't that the one where they went back to the island to where The Rock's family was? Well, his character's family was. I'd have to look back, but I stopped really liking it when the physics of those movies went off the rails.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. A lot of shows do that, and I don't know if I'm going to make a sore subject for people because I like these shows and I invested a lot of time in them and I still enjoy them. But like, I think a couple things did that. Like I know somebody who's a big fan of Supernatural, and that went are pretty weird, and I know the show Fringe went pretty weird,
Fringe
and
did, but still love
and
that. I mean,
yeah, I
Fringe.
loved all these things, and I
Did,
watched
did you
episodes of
used to
them, enjoyed
decode the
them.
glyphs at during the shows?
No, 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 I got a lot. I usually watch television to not think about things most of the time, just
Oh,
because
I love that. I used to have
Grogu's.
I had a decoder sheet as to what all the glyphs meant, and it would basically be like a background theme of the show once you decoded all of them.
Nice. That'd be pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Yeah, no, I loved that show. I loved the style of the show. It was one of the first shows to really use mocha and the titling. So they did all the fun titles for the different towns and stuff in that show. Like I really was into that about the show and stuff. But I'm a dork.
Ah, yes, the Hobbs and Shaw movie. That's what it was. That
No,
had Idris
Hobbs
Elba
and
in it.
Shaw.
So it was a spin-off, of the series. Thank you, Jeff, for bringing that
That's
up.
cool. That's cool.
But yeah,
Yeah.
one of the
I like that they use Mopar cars in that, so they always do good.
true. But there was just one scene that I just totally just stopped. I mean, the ones on the ice and all that happened, okay. But then they had this dragster. I mean, we're talking the old dragsters with the the pole extensions for the front end and everything.
Mhm.
So here this is going around the corner of a cliff. All right. And both wheels are back wheels are off the edge of the cliff,
They're like,
and they gun it
"Woo!"
so that they can gain traction. Wait, wasn't that rear wheel drive? Wait, what?
Yeah. And the engine's in the front that weighs, that's where all
Yes,
the weight is.
exactly. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. You know what happens when you do that? You go, woo, 360, 720.
yeah, exactly. I
I feel
was
like
just
Tony Hawk.
I watched that and
920.
said, yeah, we're just off the rails here.
Maybe. I
Just
don't know.
no way. Bring in Danger Mouse or anybody else and let's just get this into total science fiction
Yeah.
land.
Yeah. Grogu used to own 400 horsepower Dodge Challenger that was rear wheel drive, and he had to accidentally drive it on black ice once, and all he did was just had white knuckles and puckered his butthole and prayed while all the cars around him slid everywhere. But it was a manual transmission, and Grogu just was a steady on the foot.
Yeah,
No
my
gas,
worst
no
was
gas.
a Chrysler Cordoba where I took it from made a sharp left from pavement onto a gravel road next to a canal. And as I do that, I fishtail. One of the rear tires goes off, and I was like, "Oh shite! Oh shite! Oh shite!" I hooked it, I gunned it, and I probably fishtailed about another 50 feet till it finally was, on terra firma. I stopped. I changed my
Mhm.
drawers, and I was just like, yeah, never doing that again. That was, yeah.
So we brought up a cool show on Kong Stream about how they're going to reboot Firefly on Disney Plus, since now they own the rights
Okay, now
from
see, I've
Fox.
only heard it as rumor, 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 rumor. I've not heard
Oh,
confirmation on that.
yeah. The
I was just
internet
talking about I was
talks
talking
about
about
it.
that over the weekend with some friends.
Grogu doesn't have any inside knowledge from my association with anything. So, but the internet says so. This is what the internet
Gregor, I
says.
hear you basically own Disney now.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yep. Well,
I'm pretty sure if we went to Funko.com or anything like that,
you'd find lots of me and little eggs.
you are the number one Funko Pop in terms of quantity, I think.
Well, I'm filming myself right now. There's a little plush version of me right now filming me. So I'm a popular
That
kind of
that
guy.
is so meta.
It is right.
But I want to know which of these two has a hand going up its back,
Neither. We're just
or is it both?
yeah. We're double fisting here, people. Woo!
Woo!
Jeez, oh man. But Firefly reboot. I don't know if it'll be a reboot or if it'll be like a continuation.
See, they're saying a reboot from all the rumors I've seen.
That's what I've seen too.
Mostly because of the actors being 20-something years older. Although I've got to say, some of the characters haven't aged that bad.
No, they have good genes. Just like that Endless One Up. He never looks like he ages.
I know, right? So, I mean, actually, I think he's using de-aging technology.
That's it. Yes, Grogu has seen his bantha tank in his face.
Exactly, exactly. Uh-huh. But yeah, I mean, I don't know.
Oh, he
Seeing
has a
a seeing a
sauna, a sauna.
seeing a reboot, I'm just not sure how I feel about that.
Well, I think it's a good idea because I just started watching it last night because we
Are
talked
you
about it. Yeah,
serious?
I've seen it before, but I just started watching it again
Okay, are you
last night.
watching it in the true order or the way the Fox showed it?
I'm just watching it, however, have it's on
Okay,
Hulu. I think I'm watching it. Don't
because
sue me, Hulu or Disney.
that is one of
I'm
the
just
reasons
kidding.
why the
This is all
show just
jokes,
didn't get any traction
parody.
back then. I mean, you know why it died, right? Or they say it died.
Well, I think that the director guy and the writer, I mean, he went on to do tons of shit.
Well, he always has. I
Josh,
mean, yeah, Josh,
Josh, he's like,
nothing major.
yeah, nothing at all, nothing at all.
DC's Super Friends and shit and
Like just
stuff. And
everything he did, and I think he was just on the credits for uh one of the a couple of Marvel movies.
yeah, he's done some.
So yeah, I think he just had an opportunity and he did the right thing by making the show, and I'm glad it exists. And I would like to see
Oh
the
no, no,
reboot.
no, no, no! It wasn't his fault, and he loved it to death. Matter of fact,
I
once you
know
finish
I
once you finish
have
the
heard that.
series, go on to the movie Serenity.
Yes.
And if you have an opportunity to rent the Blu-ray or own it or whatever, and see all the extras on that thing,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that
Do
was
it.
a labor of love for
I
them.
might have that actually
But I
stashed
mean, because
away.
here's how it went down, and I recall this because I saw this playing on TVs in a bar at 1 in the morning when I was working in the music industry. They played that during the week of the World Series, and Fox had the rights to the World Series, so they decided instead of just pushing the show off to a later time frame,
Yep.
let's just go ahead and air it right after the games. Which at sometimes were really damn late, depending upon what coast you're playing on.
Yeah.
So yeah, that and then they played them out of order because they didn't like the way that they were originally released. They, for some reason, Fox knew better and
Yeah.
decided, they were going to play episode 2 before episode 1 because episode 1 just seemed so boring. Let's go with some action from episode 2 and start with that.
It's funny you say that because as I'm watching it, I'm like, they should have never done the military thing in the beginning of the episode. They should have used that as a flashback periodically through the beginning action scenes to juxtapose how his training comes into play and how he's able to do these things rather than just having that drawn out beginning in the very first episode that I just watched, because it's just him in the military and they're going through that thing and him battling and stuff like that, where I felt like that kind of was forced in the beginning and that would have been better placed scattered throughout the beginning battles. Or actually, I think the very beginning of the first episode should have started with them at the port introducing people onto the ship. And then as action starts happening, I think that's when they should have done flashbacks of his war and stuff like that.
I mean, and there will still be more flashbacks. Don't get me wrong.
Oh yeah, I have seen it in the past. I saw it like many moons ago. So it's great.
Yeah.
I do like it. I don't like it. So like I touch video editing stuff a lot, like so much so that like it doesn't. Television isn't the same to me. People don't like watching TV with me. So, because I'm just like, oh, that's interesting, and I'm like talking about what I'm seeing, and I already kind of know the plot of a movie because of film. They only show you and tell you what you have to know because there's such a limited amount of time to display the information. So, like everybody's all upset about Razor Crest being exploded, but I'll tell you what. Mando, my buddy, he still even mentions it even after he got the freaking Naboo fighter. Like he still mentions the Razor Crest, and they wouldn't have him keep mentioning the Razor Crest unless that was foreshadowing of him going to finally get a Razor Crest someday. And he'll probably nest that Naboo fighter onto his Razor Crest somehow, and it'll look super cool or something like that. But I bet you it'll be on the last episode of the season that they'll probably have that the mechanic lady. I don't know what her name is. She'll find him the actual Razor Crest. I bet is if I was a betting man.
I thought she hates Razor Crest. She thought they were garbage. But I got to say, I mean,
well, she likes Mando.
We're talking. He went down from like a frigging badass Escalade down to a a frigging
like a Miata.
Yeah,
Miata. No, I mean because Miatas they have no weight to them, but it's still a Miata. No, but the Naboo Starfighter thing is pretty cool, and I don't want to spoil stuff, but there's
I agree with Shoeshine here.
Episode.
I mean, the Naboo fighter is cool. Matter of fact, that was the same yellow color that our boy used in the prequels. But yeah,
right. So that's Shoeshine. I can't talk, but he makes a great point.
Yeah.
So he needs his home back, and right now he doesn't have a home, and he needs a home for him and Baby Yoda. Grogu again. So.
Yeah, I mean, he had a bunk in there. He had all sorts of things going on in the Razor Crest.
Yeah.
Now he's got basically a sport bike.
Yeah, he's not gonna like settle down in Boba Fett's home. We're like, hey, I'm gonna stay in the guest house, Boba Fett. I'm gonna swim in your pool and
just gonna hang out here. I'm getting used to Tatooine. Yes. Yes.
I don't see. I just don't see him doing that. I mean, he might stop and dock there, but I think Shoeshine and my theory is like. His idea reinforces my theory. He needs his home again. So,
I agree with you. Although I cannot wait to see you riding shotgun in that Naboo fighter because I did notice the droid area kind of has a dome over it now.
Yeah, just you wait, buddy.
Yeah,
I don't want to tell you, but I'm in it right now talking to you.
Wow,
that's why you can see space behind me.
Oh, that's it. So he actually installed a webcam back there for you.
Yes. Yep. This is a live view.
Brilliant.
Mando is right in front of me. He's sleeping though in the Naboo fighter.
Those Jawas can find anything. Anything those freaking Jawas can find.
Yeah. Yeah. They really can. They're pretty cool. I can't. I've always been like, oh, they're little rat people or whatever. I really want to see a Jawa, and even the lady describes them kind of like that. She used to date one. She said,
I was going to say she used to date one.
Yeah, which is awesome.
I was like, what? But I mean, without hair, awesome. I mean, who else are you going to date? Come on.
Yeah. Yeah, she's a great character. I love her as a character in that show. Like, that's
you know who she reminds me of? Gilda
somebody
Radner.
From Cat Taxi. Oh yeah, if Gilda Radner was a character on Taxi, I feel like she'd be.
Well, no, you're thinking of Reba, whatever her name, who's also on Cheers, aren't you?
Well, the Reba, like the redheaded lady.
Oh no,
I'm so confused right now.
The Italian waitress in Cheers.
Oh yes, yeah. Oh crap, but yeah, Grogu knows who you're talking about.
Yes, of course he does.
She's awesome though. Yeah, I bet you they made her after
Rhea Perlman. Thank you, Jason M. We have the world at our fingertips here.
Yes, we do.
Awesome.
But yeah,
awesome.
I enjoy all that stuff right now. There's so many good episodes of things on,
and Jeff is bringing up trivia. She was married to Danny DeVito.
Yes, that's right. That's awesome. They were married together for quite a while. Are they still alive and married? I don't even know.
I am not sure. He does say was married. Yep, and Shoeshine seems to agree with you. And Shoeshine's been right all night tonight. So
yeah, let's go. I don't even know if I don't pay attention to that stuff, so they could be dead. And I'm a horrible person, but I love them, so they will live on forever in my mind.
No, it's funny. We're segueing here all over the place. We're just going down.
Yeah, that's my brain. Sorry,
so we went all the way to Cheers. One of the coolest things that my granddaughter does is if I walk into a room, she will just yell, "Papa!" And all I hear is Norm.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
That's all I hear is Norm, because she's just running around, just
That is
screaming
the
it
best
just
thing
like
ever.
him.
That is awesome. Norm is
Oh
a
man,
fun character. That Cheers was an interesting show. You know what else was an interesting show? We'll keep riding this kind of like genre and
yes, go.
year. Night Court, which they are coming out with
Yes,
again.
no, they're not. They
Yeah,
can't.
and
No,
Dan
that's a
Arquette
mistake.
is not. No, it's not, because the what is it, Dan Arquette or whatever his name is,
La
the guy.
Roquette,
Yeah, like he's going to be in it, I think, and now he is.
bald. Wait, I'm sorry.
No, yeah, he's Bull. No, but he's in that new one, and I don't know what he plays as, but I think it'll be interesting. That was an like the old school one was. So I used to have like a third or fourth grade teacher that reminded me of the judge from the old Night Court, and my teacher was actually like a comedian, a magician, and my hockey team hired him one year for banquets, and I didn't know that about him until after I already had him as a teacher. I was very upset about that. I was like, how did you hide that from us? That'd have been so much fun. You could have done magic in class. He like hypnotized half the team and made them think that they were like on a beach with like supermodels or their best, they're like their movie lover, whatever you want to call it, the crush. I can't talk. Grogu's going crazy. Sorry.
That's okay. I'm really short on alcohol right now, so I'm going crazy too.
It's okay.
Mrs. Raskull, if you happen to be watching me and Grogu, just a little more happy juice.
Just a little. Grogu's 50. He can have happy juice too.
And as Rebel would say, Rascal, why don't you have a damn cooler near you? Yeah, I thought about it. I also thought about how much alcohol I had on the way home today and was trying to cut back. Yeah, I was on the plane. I have this water bottle filled with an energy drink, water and Mio Energy is what I had.
Yeah.
And after my first drink, I'm like, can you just get me some gin? Would you like that on the rock? I just want some gin. How would you like it? I just want the damn bottle of gin, woman.
That's a spicy. Gin by itself is spicy. It's very spicy.
Well, I poured it into my water bottle with that stuff, and it just basically
that's fun,
gin and Kool-Aid.
Yep.
Yeah, you can barely taste it until if you can taste it, you've poured too much gin in there.
Yeah, yeah. But I always could taste it because you got to pour too much gin in there.
You have to.
It's what they say in Willy Wonka. Candy is dandy, but liquor is quicker.
It is. There is a BioShock movie going to Netflix. Was not aware of that.
Oh, yeah. Well, you know what they're going to be doing, I heard? There's going to be a BioShock live action show. Yeah.
Okay.
The Netflix thingy. That's what Jeff was saying. I just saw that too somewhere on Twitter or something.
Oh, and
that sounds interesting.
Speaking of Netflix live action, I am heartbroken. I am not even halfway through Cowboy Bebop, only to learn.
Oh yeah, and then they canceled it. Yeah, that was weird. Like I haven't watched it, but I couldn't believe that they canceled that. I was shocked. I was like, why would they cancel this? It seemed kind of cool. It had a very like Speed Racer vibe to the filming of it, just from the brief trailer I saw.
I mean, not that over the top. I've watched 3 episodes yet.
Speed Racer was pretty over the top.
That was way over the top.
Like, there's just been nothing to top it since.
Yeah, no, that was totally because I grew up with Speed Racer the cartoon, and that was way over the top. But
that was a weird movie, right? Not to jump around more, but
yeah, it was. But I mean,
colors in
the first few episodes I've seen of Cowboy Bebop, it wasn't like any show that you needed an episode or two to get into. I guess because I've watched the anime a million times, the movies several times as well. But to me, the show was working fine, and it was not trying to follow the anime perfectly. I watched the first episode. I'm like, no, they didn't do this or that or that or this, but they did what they did well, I thought. So to hear that, the critics and the fans or the viewers all were panning it, God, I'm not sure I want to watch the rest. Why waste my time?
That makes sense. I hate when you're watching a show and you're like, oh, this first episode was kind of crappy. And then you give it another episode and it was still crappy. And for some reason you try for a third episode and all of a sudden it gets good. And I don't think that means that the show is good. I think that means the show did not do a good job of investing you in those characters until about the third episode. Then you started caring about it.
Jeff, thank you so much. There's a
Oh.
petition to bring it back.
Oh, that's cool. Maybe it'll get. You should go find it and definitely sign it. Then
I'm gonna have to sign that.
I'll do it too.
And it's funny because nowadays these petitions are doing something. I mean, The Expanse. Are you familiar with that show?
Mm-hmm.
What, that got canceled after 1 or 2 seasons on Sci-Fi?
Yeah.
And went just 5 now, thanks to Amazon.
Yeah, I was gonna just start watching that because I wanted to find something that had a nice couple seasons and just binge it.
Yeah, no, I've watched all the seasons except this current season, so I'm looking forward to that.
Well, I guess you did like it. You kept going.
Oh, loved them.
I'll check it out then.
I mean, the first premise that they were going with, I think they weren't playing it well. And once Amazon took it over, they really kind of put focus on the plot and kind of, instead of having 2 or 3 plots going simultaneously that may or may not have intertwined, they really kind of, sharpened the edge on all of them and did a great job of bringing it back.
That's pretty cool.
All right, what is Shoeshine's rule of thumb here? You give the show the first 5 episodes to find its feet. I think 5's a lot. What do you think, Grogu?
5 is a lot. 3 is my max.
There's so much content out there for you to ask me to watch 5 episodes to get a feel for your show.
Yeah,
that's tough.
Yeah, and Grogu isn't, like I said, the best person to talk to because Grogu, it's not like Grogu's like editing reality television here. Grogu's like seeing every bit of movie and TV and television and so much of it that if he watches something, it's because it's worth his time. That it's a unique story or it's a unique idea or it's something that probably is not the most common thing, and you supporting it will help foster more things like that in the future, which the next one will be better. Because think of like video game movies, like what's that guy who used to do a blow camp? I don't know who his name is. That's not who it is.
What?
The old guy who used to do like the very first couple video game based movies, and nobody liked his movies. And I can't remember what the director's name is. I wanted to say Blow Camp, but I don't think that's...
Come on, Shoeshine, just join in and tell us.
Yeah, somebody out there knows it. I'm horrible with names. I actually have a problem with them. But the guy who made all those original like OG video game, U-Bowl, that's it. Oh, I said some other nonsense, but I knew it was a weird name.
Yeah, you were way the hell off.
I was way off, totally. But it was a weird name, and I knew. He's like, what is Blow Camp? Grogu is on drugs.
I don't know, but there was this one summer at Blow Camp.
Anyway, yeah, it's one summer at Blow Camp. Oh my gosh, we made balloon animals. No, but so U-Bowl, he like made a bunch of crappy movies, but no one gave up, and it kind of like laid the way for better movies. I mean, I think The Witcher on Netflix right now is pretty decent, and I think that some of the other I have mixed feelings about the Resident Evil movies. I appreciate that actress and what she does for those movies, but I don't think
those movies... Stop right there. You appreciate that actress, period. That's it.
Yeah.
I mean, she can sit there and, I'm sorry, this is not my opinion. This is the reiteration of a comedian saying she could sit naked on a bar stool and read the phone book, and I'd watch that for an hour and a half.
That's funny. But yeah, so I mean, it's one of those things that I can appreciate lots of different things, but I can also appreciate things because I knew it took an army to make that stuff. Like production's tough, and like post-production, the people who edit it, that's just the end of the line. There was like so much, like 7 years, 5 years, 3 years of planning before I ever even see any of these things. So Grogu can appreciate lots of stuff, and he enjoys it, but he doesn't give it out freely. So
I mean, if I was to go ahead and look at the Res Evil movies back in history, were they fun? Sure. Did they keep the same motif? Maybe, but I mean, the first is a classic. Period. It stands by itself.
Yeah. But I think they're getting better is what the point I was trying to make with all that is like, yeah, we had some rough patches in the beginning, but people didn't give up on them and people still went and saw them. And I still bought some of those Resident Evil movies and owned them on DVD and Blu-ray back in the day. So I still supported it in a way that allowed it to continue on and create better content in the future. And that's the way I look at like things like what you were saying with your anime live action show, the Cowboy Bebop. Like, excuse me, I got a cough.
That's what the mute button is for.
But yeah, like we need to support that stuff, or else, and it needs to be seen. Even just if you think about that type of content, the anime live action thing, it needs to hit larger audiences and stuff. And the only way it'll do that is if you support the content. So.
Grogu, I can't tell if you're blushing here, but Al says his 2 faves are on the show right now.
Woohoo!
Oh, baby. I think he means you and Endless One Up, but okay. No, so I see a bunch of movies jumping on here. Tomb Raider, Doom with The Rock. Are we saying these are all Uwe Bowls?
No, I don't think they are. I think they're just throwing out movies.
Okay, because I have to say, Doom with The Rock,
which ones he
did.
I
like that one.
Yeah, the one with The Rock wasn't that bad.
No, not bad at all.
But I like The Rock.
Who else was on that? God, who was that other leading guy, rugged kind of guy who was on that movie?
It's not the guy who plays in like every movie is like a military dude, like who's in
I think Avatar. It is. No, I literally do think it is. It's not
like
the one
the white-haired guy with the short buzz cut.
You're thinking of the guy from Transformers.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
he does not age.
No, he doesn't. He always looks the same.
He doesn't. I know exactly. That dude just. He's just like another guy who was on Stargate Universe that I see from time to time, who plays military dudes. I forgot what I just saw him in recently with the wife, but that dude never. Oh, he was in The Matrix.
Yeah.
Did you see the new Matrix?
Yes.
So the military dude that was on the ship who looked very military-ish. I've seen that guy since, again, way back in Stargate Universe that nobody remembers that show.
Stargate Universe, right? I know, right? I watch MacGyver in space. I love MacGyver in space.
Paulo, I'm glad Rexter is live right now, but to post that in my chat, dear Lord.
I know, he's telling you, he's like, come, he's like, abandoned ship, everybody.
Let's see. Sean says Uncharted better be good. Well, I've heard people already giving that mixed reviews, and they haven't seen it.
Well, you know what I think it is? I think it was destined for a little bit of anger towards it because it was cast incorrectly. It was cast for favoritism for an up-and-coming kid that people really like. And it might have been forced.
I haven't seen his movie on Apple TV, Cherry, about some PTSD thing going on, and I've heard good things about it. Heard great things about it, but haven't caught it yet.
Oh, I think he's a decent actor for never being an actor, really.
I've got to say, the last Spider-Man movie, I thought he just killed it.
Yeah, I didn't see the most recent one.
Yeah, no, I thought you have to.
Oh, I'll see it.
Are you a fan of the Spider-Man franchise?
Yeah, I've actually got to sit next to the people who make the movie.
What about the cartoon Into the Spider-Verse?
Yeah, that one was really good. I dug
Okay.
That
if you dug that, I'm going to tell you right now, no other movie till you see the new Spider-Man. I don't care how you see it. See it. Okay, seriously.
I'll get to it. I'm just not. I can't reveal lots of things, but I'll get to it someday.
All right, now let's go way, way, way back into the rumor mill. Who should have been in the Uncharted movie? And we're going way back to Firefly here.
Yeah, Nathan
Fillion.
Yeah, he would have been great.
Well, he actually did his own prequel or preview clip on YouTube before.
Yeah, I think that he would have been great. And I think he would have been good as Nathan Drake. And then the Sully guy, I couldn't ever really pinpoint a good person for Sully. I wanted somebody that's kind of like um oh my gosh, kind of like a cross between Tom Hanks when he's the pilot and Sully, and a cross between him and maybe another actor, but more of like a stocky version of Tom Hanks and Sully. You know, I'm just looking at it in my mind's eye, kind of like creating a Sully, and it definitely isn't Marky Mark from the Funky Bunch. But that's okay.
Shoeshine just said that Fillion is too old. Bite your tongue. Nathan Fillion is not too old for anything.
Yeah, he looks young, but you're right. There was another young person that I thought would have done okay. I think that the kid who played Han Solo in
Yes.
I think he could
Yes.
have probably got away with that.
I agree.
But then I really think the Sully person would have needed to be like, you know, who would have been a good cross if you crossed Tom Hanks with the cowboy from the Big Lebowski, and like he's always the cowboy that sits at the bar that has the awesome mustache. I don't know who that guy's name is.
My mom had a crush on that actor. Oh my gosh! If he was going to be in a movie, she had to watch it.
Yep.
Total crush on him.
But he plays an amazing old cowboy. It's just like the drill sergeant from Full Metal Jacket, where that guy did that so well, and that's what he used to do for a living. That the guy Stanley Kubrick is like, no, you're just gonna do this part now. We're not. And then they took the guy who was going to be the drill sergeant and told him to go be the helicopter fucking gunner. Oops, sorry. Grogu didn't mean to say F-bombs.
Ritual Dello says Charlton Heston would have been Sully if he was alive. I could see that.
Yeah, I could see that too.
Totally.
I could definitely see that. You know, it's interesting too, because if like Mel Gibson, I think Mel Gibson with his weird salt and pepper, raggedy kind of werewolf man look could, if he shaved it a little bit, could get a little Sully looking. But I don't think he has the right demeanor for it. He seems too angry, even though Sully does turn out to be a shyster.
Now, what if we don't go any stereotypes and say, I don't know, what about Denzel Washington?
That'd be interesting. That'd actually be really interesting.
It would be,
because he has like the acting chops to pull off that. I don't know. I think now you got me thinking about other people too.
Again, don't think stereotypes here. I mean, because you were just talking Idris Elba as 007 earlier tonight.
Yeah, no, and I'm just basing it off of the game, you know, thinking that way.
Exactly.
But you're right. Yep. Who else?
Shoeshine agrees. Denzel be a dope Sully.
He would. He really would. He actually is better than any of the other kind of mind-eye people I even came up with. Like,
good night, Saucy.
My fictional people aren't even as good.
You know, it's funny. I've never played the games, and I just came up with that Denzel thing.
Well, he's just such a good actor, though.
He is. He is.
I like him in a lot of the stuff he does. We also like grew up with him as one of the best actors of like that generation. I think if I think about impactful actors, he gets in the top 5.
Yeah, we were just talking about him, me and the wife. The Book of Eli, I think, is what that movie was.
Yeah.
Yeah, great acting in that.
That is a pretty cool movie. That gave me like cool vibes. Like, what was the movie in the like 90s or 80s where it was like the blind dude with a staff and he helped out some. Oh, I can't remember what that. Somebody knows what this is in the chat, but I think that Denzel Washington could redo that too.
Blind guy with a staff. I'm missing it.
Blind Fury.
Mm.
Do you remember Blind Fury?
Training Day, good movie. I agree.
It was a good movie.
It was. So, Endless, tell me what you think I've missed in the week of arcadeness.
Oh,
sorry, Grogu. Okay, sorry.
Grogu. It's all right. Well, I mean, there was the Shaq reveal with the XL size cab that has a more of a medium size price. So the rumor is.
So is this XL size cab a arcade sized?
It looks like it's the control panel is the exact same height as the current NBA jams from the pictures I saw from Kong's RS.
Well, that's disappointing.
But it has a 19-inch monitor. The marquee does sit a lot higher. It's probably an extra foot higher than the OG one. So it's probably definitely over 6 feet, or it's probably like 67 inches roughly, if I was going to guess. Don't quote me that. It's on their website, so you can go watch one of the many videos of it's 5'8" tall. 5'8". Yep. There you go. Cool. So yeah, like so it's nice that it's taller, and I think the nice thing is it's a cheaper price. It's 4 players. It looks like it's wider, even though it's the same height. It's a lot wider, so you could fit 4 people there probably way more comfortably.
And did they show Shaq right next to it?
Yeah, they did. Yep.
I mean, at 5'8" and to have Shaq next to it,
it's to his elbow. Well, I mean, that's expected, man. He's what, 7'1" or something? Yeah, that's a big boy. That's like, I've probably only been near a 7'1" person once in my life, like right next to him on an airplane. You know what I mean? And it was weird because the dude's so tall he doesn't even fit in the airplane. So it's like that's the top of the ceiling. He's ducking. So
I'll look at the Discord to see that picture that he is speaking of. All right, so we got that. Is it live for purchase now? Pre-order? What's the deal with it?
Well, I don't know if it's live for purchase or pre-order, but it's soon, if not coming. And then there's also the weird like Pac-Man thing that looks like a weird cabinet shape. I don't know if you saw that. Like those got released on Best Buy. People don't quote Grogu on this. Or if I hear Pac-Man, I'm like Snorefest. So we're gonna move on from that conversation. You can look that one up yourself. But then we have Steam Deck coming up. Like I'm only now 10 days away, right? The 25th. That was when they released the Q1 sale of it, and I have a Q1 order.
Yeah, so, I'm still Q2. So
yeah, I ordered that thing within the first 2 minutes of it going live. So I was like spammity McSpammersons on the keystroke because I love Steam. I've had my Steam account for like 13, 15 years or something. So it's been, I mean, I've been using Steam since like ICQ days and like playing StarCraft online back in the day with dial-up.
ICQ. Oh my gosh.
Well, yeah,
remember that very well. We used to use that for our Quake clan.
Yep. Communication. Good times. And CSGO stuff back in the day.
ICQ. That reminds me of going way back in the day. What was that mirror technology we used to watch like NASA back in the day? What was that video?
Stream.io stuff?
No, it was way before then. Oh, it sounded just like ICQ, which is I seek you. But
no. Yeah, I know what you're talking about, but I don't remember what it's called. I'm not going to talk about that stuff. Grogu has a reputation to keep. No, no. But yeah, it's pretty cool. I don't know. I'm excited for the Steam Deck. I think if you get any of them, you're getting a great deal. I think that the middle of the road one is a good one because you can.
That's what I ordered.
Yeah. That's probably the best one, especially if you're gonna like dock it and use it on a monitor. Why would you even need something bigger then? Because you could just hook up a drive to it. And also the micro SD. From the reviews I've read, it's loading games the same amount of time from the micro SD as it does from the SSD. And people want to they're like, we have to ask them what it's doing. I'll tell you right now what it's doing. Like, this is not inside information. This is just, I know what it's doing. It's just caching that stuff actually onto the SSDs, like the M2 drive. It's caching that information in real, like on there, and you're not reading it from the SSD. It's just caching it onto the RAM into the actual M2 drive itself and just reading it from that. That's just like a parking drive is what they call it. It's called parking storage. It's like almost like a NAS, if anybody knows what networking crap is out there. But so it acts like a NAS. It's not really read or write material, but it can store stuff and it can load things really quickly because the direct pipe to the M2 drive is so short and such a high bandwidth that it can read that information and write it back to you almost in real time.
So Rebel's asking, does the 256 gig have the anti-glare screen? From what I've read, it does not.
No, I don't think it does. But heck, like I said, if you're going to OTG it, just so you have a computer that you can play a bunch of pinball stuff on and maybe some other games with your joystick and stuff like that, I don't think it matters then. You know what I mean?
Well, see, my concern with docking it, though, is if people are going to write to the spec for the Steam Deck and use those thumb areas,
Mm-hmm.
the little squares, you dock it. What are you going to use for your controller? An Xbox One controller, a PS5
Oh
controller?
no, it's just like
Because until Steam
a
comes,
keyboard with a USB port.
yeah, I mean, until Steam gets the ability to sell that Steam controller again, which I hear rumors that the new court case might be going in their favor.
Hmm.
That would be a good thing.
Well, like you can buy a USB dock and then just plug in a little USB thing for a wireless keyboard that has a mouse built into it, like I use for my ALP when I use my computer with it. Like I think Kong's RS has the exact same keyboard as I do. It's like a Logitech cheapo $20 deal.
Yeah, trackpad on it and everything.
Yeah. You might have something similar.
Yep, I've got one. Yep.
Yeah,
But
so you could
again,
do something like that.
people are buying the Steam Deck to have that kind of console version of playing the games.
Yeah.
So here you are, you're used to playing it, and say in handheld. If you do a mix like I do for my Switch, you're used to playing it a certain way, and then now you dock it and you got a different controller. Or I don't know who's gonna, the PC folks will be able to go mouse and be no problem, mouse and keyboard. But those who are playing mostly console games and dock it.
Yeah, I get what you're saying now. I wasn't kind of following you before, but yeah, that makes sense. Because if your first entry into it is using the device,
Yep.
and then you're like, okay, I'm going to dock it. Well, now you don't have anything that mimics that same type of movement and muscle memory you've built.
Exactly.
So yeah, it's kind of weird. And then having the controller would be nice because it's very similar in aspect. It has a touch sensitive kind of like little thummy thing that doesn't have buttons, but it kind of works. I have two of those controllers.
You do.
Yeah.
Because those were rarities because they stopped selling them because of the lawsuit, the original lawsuit.
I didn't even know there was a lawsuit, but yeah, I have two of those, and I had like 5 Steam Links because they were selling them for $1 or whatever. Well, so I buy those and the controller at the same time for a deal.
The controllers got blasted out of stock just to get rid of them because there was a company that sued them for breaking a patent. And then Steam later came back and said, you know what? Let me show you a controller that was for sale before these people filed their patent, aka prior art. So that's where the appeals court is right now on that.
Yeah, well, that sounds like a nightmare of stuff to have to deal with, but I'm glad they're going to be able to sort it out. That'd be nice to have it back. I think you're spot on there. The good news is Steam seems pretty open source with everything so far. Like they just posted that iFixit is going to be the supplier of the repair pieces and like analog sticks and batteries or whatever heck you might need for it. And they also released the CAD files. So, and there's people already out there in the modding world that have created a back panel keyboard. So it's a reverse keyboard. So you could hold on to the device and then you can use your fingers on the back to type like a keyboard. And they're doing all kinds of weird, crazy stuff with it now that those 3D files have been published. So it looks like Grogu has a beard, and the more I focus on his little neck collar thing, and now I can't unsee it. I gotta make that more dimensional there. I'm not Santa, Grogu.
Oh, let me see here. I'm trying to see what I'm looking at the Discord right now. I think Sean posted some stuff here. Not sure what he was trying to get to.
I saw that Ritual Dello is saying like he said, can't justify the 512. You can buy a laptop. I mean, so I don't know of any laptop that you could buy that would be able to play all the same games that the Steam Deck can play without it melting in your hands, probably. So, not to say there isn't, but it's not like you're going out there and buying a $650 Chromebook and doing that on it, or a $650 Lenovo, or an Apple laptop or something, because an Apple laptop's going to cost you like $2,200. So, and like a Asus gaming laptop or MSI is going to at least be 900 or 1,000 or more.
Yeah.
So I think there is a benefit to it. I do get you, like, because you get more out of a laptop if you just spend that extra $400 or whatever. At that point, you would get more out of a gaming laptop than you would out of the Steam Deck. But I've owned a bunch of laptops and they were nice and expensive at the time. They're sitting in a closet now, not doing anything. Where that Steam Deck, even after 9 years, I could still bust that thing out and play it like I do with a Game Gear, or do with a Game Boy, or do with a Linux or Lynx. I don't have one. I'm just saying, I'm just throwing out names of handheld devices that I don't know what to call them. But yeah, Grogu's losing it.
All right. Well, I appreciate you joining and helping me out. It has been well over the hour that I planned on doing this. So let's see here. What does Sean got to say here? Close your eyes and click the continue payments for $512 Steam Deck. At this point, if you ordered right now, you probably wouldn't get it till 2023, wouldn't you?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, it's going to be late.
Damn.
People. Well, thanks for having me. I'm going to jump off so you can say bye to everybody.
Appreciate it. Yeah, let me do that. Again, I don't know if you're aware, but our bud PK Bullets was looking forward to the show tonight, and so even with this, whatever I got from being in 19-degree weather yesterday, I decided to at least spend an hour with you guys and hang out. So,
well, thank you.
All right. Well, thank you for joining Endless Grogu. We appreciate having you on here, and may the force be with you.
Thank you. You too.
All right. Peace. All right, guys. Well, again, it was just going to be kind of a chill chat, aka off the cuff, and appreciate you guys joining and watching and being active here inside the chat. Thank you, Sean. Give us a like, join the Discord, subscribe to the BCA, and Endless One Up. So, guys, thanks a lot for hanging with us and participating and looking up movie facts on the web for us. Again, I just want to hang out with you guys and see what was going on. This is getting worse. The sinuses are horrible, so I got to get out of here. PK, my thoughts and prayers with you and the family through this tough time. Everybody else, thank you for joining us and have a great week. Thank you.